You getting in, Gail? She's at Gail's hiding. She don't want to be on today. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take you to Cabo Roy, which is one of our favourite walks. Beautiful coastal view. You can go on for, you can do it as short as long as you want because it goes on for quite some time. But we've got family out. We've got my mum, my stepdad, my auntie and uncle over this Thursday. And usually, well, all the time, I'm always doing something up the week beforehand to get the house right, really. We did the house up a few years back, but we had this one bathroom / toilet, really, and that we just didn't get round to. And it's been a bit of a dumping ground for the last year or two. So I thought a week beforehand, guess what? I'll do it up. Well, what started it off actually was the weather. So we've last 3 or 4 days we've had quite a lot of rain, which does happen in September. And I thought the 37, 38, 40 degrees weather dropped significantly within a week or two, really, which was refreshing. So I thought, sod it, I'll get the bathroom done. So new ceiling, complete new floor, retiled, and I've just finished it off today, but I'm absolutely cream crackered. So I've decided, can't do Cabo Roy, plus the car's not charged up. We've got an electric car, so the car wasn't charged up to get us there and back. So we thought, well, we'll come out, get some steps in, get some big steps in for the dog, and have a chilled out Sunday, really. So that's what we've done. Went to the gym this morning, but so rather than Cabo Roy, the seaside, I thought I'd show you where we live. This is what we do on well, we take the dog out, you know, every day, twice a day along this route, but we're going to go a bit further on today just to get some steps in, like I say, give them a big walk. And it's actually a beautiful day. I don't know, 24, 25 degrees, something like that. Picks up to 30 odd when my family get here next week. So you do have the odd week like this in September where it does, where the rain does come down. You get a cool few days, really. So I'm just going to show you this mountain there. Gail's diving out the way. 2 seconds, let me just show you this. Now all this here, all these are grapes. And as we've walked down up there, all grapes. This field's grapes. All this is grapes. And it's a bit of a thing for us because, like, these all probably, I think it's November time, they start to harvest them. So what they've done is I mean, they're working them 12 months a year, really, probably 11 months a year. The amount of work that goes into it is unreal. But once they start to develop the grapes, they put them in these bags, and then when it comes to cutting, they'll literally cut the grape off, and they're ready for the bag for sale. And these are edible grapes. Some of the one of the wine tours that we did, they grow different grapes, so some are edible and some are for wine. But these, with them being bagged, these are going straight into our mouths, and they're absolutely phenomenal. They really are. All these are green grapes, but then you've got, these are the almond trees, so we get a hell of a lot of almond trees. I would say the majority of our land within our walking distance from our house is either almond trees or grapes. And when it goes barren in October, November and all the leaves are cut back, we always get a bit fed up because it really does kind of sign that summer's over. But then come March, April, when the green starts coming back, it gives you that sense of optimism and hope. And then these almond trees here, they create pink blossoms. That's generally February, March time, and that's always, again, the season of hope, really. So yeah. And it's nice because when you're walking by and you're seeing all the farmers working the land, and you say hello and you practice your Spanish, and you tend to find the Spanish farmers, the older guys, they don't talk as fast as the younger ones, so it's quite good to pick up learning your Spanish. There's a guy down here on the right hand side who I talk talk an awful lot to. During COVID, he decided to use the time to learn English. So I'll talk Spanish with him and he talks English with me, and together we have a right good chat. And he grew up in this area. Look at all the grapes there, how far it goes. Goes on for ages and ages, honestly. And going to be a dog barking now, we're walking past someone's house. Yeah, and so he's grown up as a child. His father originally cultivated this land and grew the grapes. So he's grew up as a child seeing all these mountains. We haven't got an awful lot of houses up here. Obviously you can see there's a lot of space, but he was used to seeing hardly any houses at all. Again, you see that backdrop there. It's surreal waking up into this, because I mean it looks like it's cowboy Indian territory, where you're like a western back in the 60s, 70s, where you see the Indians coming down the mountains. And then you've got over there, like the sun will hit part of the mountains, and then you've got shade in the other part, and it just gives you unbelievable mountain views. Something that I've spoke about quite a bit really is the amount of space you get. It's so good for the soul. It really is, the freedom. Anyway, I'm going to turn this camera off because the dog's walking past here in a second. This is the guy the farmer was on about, but plenty of dogs, so I'm going to turn this off and we'll catch up in a minute. What I like about the lanes down here is, I mean, we've never been down this one. I mean, you think you know your area, because we've been here 8 years, and every day we take the dog for a walk, albeit the same walk really, pretty much. So we thought, well, we'll do a bit more exploring today. But you just see different views and different lanes, and you think, right, sod it, let's go down that one. That's the distance into La Romana, our village. Dogs in the pool, in the puddle. And when we set off, it was about 24, so I thought I'd stick my tracky top on. I know I'm absolutely roasting. Go down this way, Gail. I want to show these hamlet houses here. We've got quite a lot of these, and I always find it fascinating as to how old are these houses. What was this area like before the 80s, the 90s? Because some of these houses look really, really old. Of course, we've got quite a lot of modern houses now being built, and it does obviously change the landscape. But because there is so much space here, it doesn't feel like it's been ruined. There is an urbanisation in La Romana, but it's quite an attractive urbanisation. But you see these houses, I'll try and get a close up. Hang on, the dog's pulling me at the same time. Try and get some up at these. Hey up, new house being built, Gail.
Yeah.
See, this is it. Pardon?
Hidden away, that one.
Yeah, it's in. That's in a decent location, isn't it?
I can't see that one from online.
Now, if you're buying houses here in, especially in La Romana, but I think in quite a lot of the other rural areas, you've now got to buy, or you have had to for quite some time, 10,000 square metres of land. You kind of got to be careful, really. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. If you want a new house built, you've got to buy a plot with 10,000 square metres of land, end of. Unless you're buying an urbanisation, for whatever reason, they must have different rules. But 10,000 square metres is a lot of land, and it's a lot of maintenance. And then within that 10,000 square metres, there you go, you've only got, I don't know if it's 1 or 2% of the build. Must be 2%, I think. So you can build a 200 square metre plot on a 10,000 square metre land. I might be wrong there, but it's not that far off. So interesting. That's obviously going to be one of these modern white blocks. But I mean, that's the view over there to these houses here, to the older hamlet houses, which I love. I mean, it's the countryside, rustic. I've kind of come to respect the modern builds. I used to hate them, but I think some of them now are being built with a bit of, it's not just a Lego building, it's they're trying to make them a bit more interesting. But as you can imagine, like, your bedroom view is probably at the back of the house, overlooking those mountains there. And at the top of those mountains, you've actually got a sea view, believe it or not, even though we're half an hour from the coast, because we're actually that high up. You get a sea view over Santa Pola. But I mean, if we was to live, I mean, where I come from in Heywood, it's a working man industrial town. I'll put the camera on us for a second. As the dog pulls me. It's a working industrial town, but just outside the perimeter of it, you've got some beautiful walks, stunning scenery, little streams, and it is absolutely lovely. Pardon?
I think it's a dead end, is it?
No. And but if you go up to Yorkshire, buying a piece of land up in Yorkshire with a lander where you can walk out your house and have these types of country walks, you're talking, well, I'm guessing now, I mean, when I was out, it was $500,000. And if you went up to Hebden Bridge and the likes, you were talking $500,000 for a small house where you'd literally walk out your front door. Obviously, got a dog barking here. That's the one thing that I will say in living here. You do get a lot of dog barking in the campo. But I'll just show you this little quaint, there's quite a lot of these little, there we go. And, you know, they have been ruined a bit by, you know, they've obviously tried to modernise it in the 70s, 80s by putting these daft tiles on. But you see people now coming over and they can be absolutely made to look stunning with a bit of a rendering and a nice door. And you do get a lot of people coming over doing that type of stuff, where they're taking them right back to how they originated. And you can pick them up very, very cheap. But there's a lot of work involved. You know, you're taking it right back to the bones. And obviously you've got to get, as you would do with any house, the plumbing, the electrics, get all that sorted first. Flooring, roof, and then you start with the walls, etc. But it's quite often the case where you can actually have a brand new house built from scratch, much cheaper than renovating at one of these massive hamlet houses. I suppose the thing is whether you want to live in a modern house or whether you want that kind of romantic charm, old-fashioned, log burning in the winter. You know, everyone's different, aren't they, really? But the one thing that I like to say here, it's the space that you get. The idea of on a Sunday morning, you walk out your front door and you're hit straight away with the mountains and the space, no traffic. I just think you can't put a price on that, to be honest. Like I say, that's not for everybody, like I did on the video in Quesada. You know, you've got people who want to be on the front door of shops. You know, all the bars, etc. And that's a different way of life. What's that, girl?
I think this is where Paco lives. That's that quirky house.
Just show you this house here.
That's the one I've been inside. That it's a quirky.
Every time I try and stop the camera, Rolo jolts me, so I apologise for that. Partida de los Ocho. You know, they've obviously monocapped that recently, so it's immaculate white. So, and it does make a difference. It does. I mean, these are the, in Andalusia, you go to the villages in Frigliana, and every house is white, and I think they have to paint their house at least once a year to make it immaculate. There you go, there's one there. You see this a lot as well. You see, you know, I do hear these, my dad used to, oh, I'd love to do open house like that. I mean, can you imagine? I've not got the patience, but to some people, of course, you see it, don't you, in these DIY SOS programs or whatever, and they come and do these types of houses up, but you could easily lose a hell of a lot of money doing that. So yeah, for me, it's the space that is comes at such a price now, especially if you're living in the UK, Holland or Belgium. Price is space is such a premium. So when I go to the coast, and I love the coast, and you see the sea, and you think, wow, and it does something to the soul. But also on our way home, it's also nice to come back to the space that we have here. Got all the olive trees. Yeah, as I was saying before about the grapes and the almonds, you've got, I would say actually probably 60-70% is olive trees. These are almonds at the front, but then those behind they're olive trees. We get an awful lot of almond growers and olive growers, and they'll come out one time a year and they have a machine that shakes them, big net underneath, and it's quite big money in olives. Last year it was quite barren, so some years they actually don't produce, they skip a year, so then the olives in price go up. So and last year, yeah, the amount of people that didn't have olives, I did, but I've only got 2 big trees. There's another hamlet over there. Yeah, every time I stop, you'll probably pick up a bit of a yank, and it's Rolo who doesn't have an ability to stop. He just keeps going.
It's the Evis Road, isn't it?
Yeah. So again, more grapes, more almonds. These are the grapes, again in the bags. Like I say, the majority are green grapes here, but there are some areas where they've got the red grapes going on. I don't know the logic behind that.
Well, red wine, green and white wine.
Yeah, but why do they grow like 90%, well, probably 98% green here? Why do they not have red grapes?
The green for vinegars as well, don't they?
Use the green for vinegars,
Yeah.
do they?
White wine vinegar.
But there must be a supply, because I mean, the amount of red wine that people drink, it's unreal. And I'm bloody roasting now. I've got this hoodie on. Thought it was quite, not nippy, but anyway, sweat more calories down. Like I say, it's just a plethora of grapes, olives and almonds. This is an olive tree. Now this has got quite a lot. So at the moment they are green, and it's got a lot on that. But generally speaking, it's normally, I think, October, November where it comes to picking time. What do we grow, girl? We've got oranges.
Oranges, lemons, satsumas, I think. We're trying to grow grapefruit, trying to grow apple.
Yeah. Got them out now. So yeah, we grow a lot of lemons because Gail's likes gin and tonic with lemon, don't you? So 90% of our lemons go in gin and tonics, don't they?
There we go.
Well, where else do they go?
Olivia loves her lemon and ginger
Oh,
water.
yeah. Olivia likes honey, lemon and ginger water, doesn't she?
No, lemon and ginger.
Lemon and ginger. Yeah, so Olivia likes them for that as well. So they don't last long. We produce a lot, but they don't last long. But yeah, this is, I'd probably say, I wouldn't say it's similar to Andalusia because we've stayed up in the whitewash villages inland and it is breathtaking up there. And of course, some people would consider this breathtaking, and it is. It's an absolute privilege to wake up in the morning and see these beautiful stunning views. My stepdad, Mark, this is just his heaven. He absolutely loves the mountains, and some people prefer the sea over the mountains. I must admit, I do like the sea, I really do, but I also like the space and the greenery. So
Well, you've not got the tourism here, have you, as well? It's
you've not got the tourism, no. So we're on our way back now. Sun seems to have gone out. Dog's absolutely shattered, so that's a good thing. No mithering later on. And again, I'll show you this is the track. You just got, so this is the track to our home. And you just see the grapes on either side. And this just goes on and on. I'll try and lift it up to see if you can see further up. That's the benefit of a tripod, if it worked. So yeah, I think that's the summary of, I didn't think to talk about that, to be honest. It was just something as we were walking around and saw that house being built, and then you think to yourself, yeah, those are the, and sometimes I do think to myself, if I was to do it again, what would I do? Would I repeat the same steps? Gail loves our house, and we're very, very happy there. I know people that have sold up and then gone and bought new. Of course, there are advantages to that, because you can get your an architect to design it exactly how you want it, within reason though. So I mean, some of them, you know, the ceilings can't be this high, or because the builder won't do it, and not quite as simple as just draw a plan and then go and build it. You are limited to the land, the space. Like I say, I'm sure it's 2% of the 10,000 square metres, so you can build 200 square metres. I think that's right. Might be wrong, but I think it is that. You can't build a lot of not some areas. I don't think you can build double. But my friend's, he's got 2 stories, so you clearly can. Some on the coast, what they're doing, they're building underground. So you've got 2 stories, but one is underground. So above, when you're driving around the road, it's not very high building, but so there's all sorts of different ways of overcoming it to create space. You know, put a bar downstairs and a cinema room. So I'm going to wrap up now. One thing I forgot to mention is, so we've hit 100 subscribers, which doesn't seem much, but when some of the guys that I follow who have got like, I don't know, sometimes 150,000 subscribers, they talked back in the day, which was 2 years ago, where they was struggling to get to the first 100, and it's actually kind of happened within a few weeks really, so that's been good. But so thank you for those that do subscribe. There'll be weeks like today where I'm busy doing the house up, or we've got family over or whatever, where I'm kind of doing videos like this, which I prefer to show you the seaside, because people do like to see the sea and the different villages, etc. But they reckon the YouTube algorithm, you need to put out at least 1 a week. They recommend 2 a week. That's never going to happen for me, I'm afraid. Might get the odd time, but doubt it. But for those who have subscribed, thank you very much appreciated. And obviously the more you share, the more you like, and the more you comment, it does push the algorithm out, and there's more chance of the channel then coming up on people's YouTube streams who doesn't know me or the area. So yeah, the less you comment on the Facebook post and the more on the YouTube does help the channel. But I'm not sweating over subscribers. I'm just going to do the content. It's for, number one, what I enjoy. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. And number two, helping people who have, like I say in the past videos, who just fancy that different lifestyle, slow living. Not allowing work to dictate your life. Getting away from that Monday morning blues kind of scenario where you're dreading Sunday night, you're dreading Monday morning. That is just not something that I was prepared to sign up to. Even as a child, I just thought, no, I don't like that feeling whatsoever. And I don't like the feeling of looking forward to your annual leave as well, where it's 4 weeks a year, where you've got to get through 48. And I'm not saying everyone has that mentality, because some people don't. Some people are able to create more balanced perspective on it all, but I couldn't. I really couldn't. So here, I just don't dread Monday mornings. You know, you just slide into them. There's always that celebrating moment on a Friday, of course, where, you know, you might have a bit of a treat, have a glass of something, chill out, and you've got the weekend to look forward to. But Mondays over here are just a normal day for us lot. Just don't dread them at all. So the YouTube channel, like I said, was to showcase how we live, what we do, the real side of Spain, living in Spain. And I hope it helps you all. So other than that, have a great Sunday, everybody. And hopefully, I've got family over next Thursday, so what videos I'll do, I don't know. Might do one outside my bar. But we'll see. So have a good week, everybody. Take care, and like I said, thanks very much for everyone who's watching.